Closing an interview with Today's Stephanie Gosk that aired Friday, Ari Wilkenfeld explained that the Lauer whistleblower is living in a state of constant fear that people are going to track her down and figure out who she is. Matt Lauer is gone from Today under a cloud of sexual misconduct allegations, but he's still being attacked for philandering, as new accusers continue to come forward. See updates on the scandal below, as they happen. Attorney for woman who filed NBC complaint says client is terrified. Ari Wilkenfeld, the lawyer for the woman who filed the complaint to NBC that resulted in Lauer's termination, appeared on the Today Show Friday morning to advocate for his client. She showed her face, she gave her name, she told her story, Wilkenfeld said about his client's meeting with NBC. And at the conclusion of the interview, she was asked, "What do you want?" And she said, "I want you guys to do the right thing. Also, I'd like to maintain my confidentiality. My client is terrified, and she does live in constant fear that people are gonna track her down and figure out who she is," he continued. And she feels badly for the many other women who are suspected of being her who are also being harassed. Wilkenfeld also accused NBC of not doing enough to keep his client's name and the details of her complaint secret. "I can say that NBC has a duty to maintain confidentiality, and they have not done a good job of doing that. They know exactly what they've done, and they need to stop," he said. A spokesperson for NBC disputed Wilkenfeld's claims in a statement to USA Today. The network has protected the employee's anonymity all along and will continue to do so. It's Steph Gosk's full interview with the attorney for the Matt Lauer accuser. He says his client is terrified. Pic.twitter.com Z1Hux5. Today at Today Show December 15, 2017. Former intern speaks out about predatory behavior on Thursday. An ex-intern detailed a secret month-long consensual affair with Lauer that occurred 17 years ago, depicting him as the most powerful man at NBC preying on a powerless young woman helpless to resist. Addie Collins Zinwan, now 41, is the first woman to allege misconduct by Lauer on the record. She told her story to Variety, describing how a newly married Lauer seduced her into sexual encounters in his dressing room, a bathroom and his office, equipped with the infamous button under his desk to lock the door. Variety opined that Zinwan's story illustrates what can happen when a prominent person brings sex into the workplace, and there's an imbalance of power. Zinwan acknowledged that her affair with Lauer was consensual and that she was an adult at the time, but she says she felt like prey and that it had a devastating and lasting effect on her personal and professional life. She came forward, she said, to validate the stories of other women who have accused Lauer, all of them anonymously so far, because some of our experiences are similar. More after Matt Lauer firing. NBC gets ratings boost. Also Dennis Leary slams Matt Lauer as a creepy, weaselly guy. Moreover, she charged NBC executives at the time had to know what he was up to because there is no way he could have gotten away with it without others above him making these situations go away, manipulating, strategizing, whatever it is they did to wield their power against the powerless. He was the golden boy. His contract always got renewed for millions of dollars more, and he was the face of NBC. How is any woman supposed to go up against that? Lauer's representative and NBC News declined to comment to USA Today. Lauer has previously quibbled about some of the details in the allegations against him that got him fired but acknowledged there was enough truth to make him ashamed, and he apologized when he was fired last month after a single complaint of sexual misconduct. The network said current management had never heard of any formal complaints about Lauer's behavior. What Zinwan describes is not sexual harassment, assault, coercion or rape, but it does further undermine Lauer's reputation as a decent guy, happily married and an upstanding TV journalist and host. "Even though my situation with Matt was consensual, I ultimately felt like a victim because of the power dynamic," Zinwan said. "He went after the most vulnerable and the least powerful, and those were the production assistants and the interns. He understood that we were going to be so flattered and so enthralled by the idea that the most powerful man at NBC News is taking any interest in us," she added. Zinwan joined Today in 1999 as an intern, a job Katie Couric helped her get, she said. At age 24, she was soon promoted to production assistant and then accepted a job as a local anchor at a station in her hometown in West Virginia. With only weeks to go before she left, she said, Lauer, then in his 40s and 2 years into his marriage, began a heavy flirting campaign over the internal messaging system. Zinwan said she was confused and overwhelmed by Lauer's attention. Then he invited her to lunch. "He was there to hit on me and manipulate the situation, and I fell for it," she said. That afternoon, they began their furtive affair, meeting in his dressing room. Over the next few weeks, they met several other times. By the time she started her new job in West Virginia, she was a mess, she said, and the National Enquirer showed up in her driveway. When she asked Lauer for advice, he accused her of telling someone about their affair and ghosted her. Billy Bush. Matt Lauer defended me after Access Hollywood tape leak earlier. After Matt Lauer is the era of the big-name TV news anchor over. I had no idea there were other women out there, she said. To wake up one day and hear my story and the accounts of the other victims is one of the most surreal experiences I've ever had. She says the damage from her fling with Lauer has not been permanent. She quit her TV job, joined the Army, served 2 tours in Iraq as an Army journalist, worked on NBC's Access Hollywood, got married and is a mother of 2. She's still nervous about telling her story, and even though what happened with Lauer wasn't a crime, it's still not right. Matt took advantage of his power. It's sickening. I'm putting my name and face out there to squash any doubts about the allegations from other women against Matt Lauer. I want these women to know that I believe them, I want to help empower them, and collectively, we have a voice to change things. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I want to do everything I can to assure this doesn't happen to her. Interactive. The Harvey Weinstein effect. Close after his sudden firing for alleged sexual misbehavior in the workplace, Matt Lauer responded in a written statement read by his former co-anchor Savannah Guthrie on Today. USA Today. Read or share this story. http://sussit.ly2@57jn